No way this is happening. I was actually hyped to read this, but the translation ticked me off. To find out that the translation group is racist as F. Oh my God. They're complaining about racist chuds translating it. Oh my God. The irony. Oh my God, Lamau. So I'm assuming this video is about there are people who translate Japanese manga into English. And in case you guys don't know, a bunch of liberal left-leaning content creators have been injecting like moral correctness, wokeness into manga. And now racist chuds based, which to be honest are the indigenous people of the internet, have taken this back and are now making manga more offensive and more racist, is my understanding of the situation. To me, that is an absolute W. Beat them at their own game until they fuck off.
Well aware, English localizers for years have taken advantage of their positions to butcher Japanese intellectual property, removing things that they deem offensive, like jokes that literally upset them so much that they remove it from the IP entirely.
What is the name of that one manga that came out very recently? And it's about like, there's a guy and he's an alien and they're trying to like deport all aliens from like the city. What is that one called? Because I remember it being fucking hilarious, and I'm wondering if there's been any updates, because it got like omega canceled when it first came out. Does anybody know what manga I'm talking about? Feel free to leave me a comment if this is on YouTube.
Acting like they speak on behalf of the entire target market, which they obviously don't. It's a self-report into how egotistical, selfish, and overly sensitive these people are. And now we have a flip on the script, as you can see. Madam Savvy writing, they're complaining about racist chuds translating it. The context being a tweet that reads, I was actually hyped to read this, but the translation upset me so much, only to then find out the translation group is racist as heck.
Oh my gosh.
Now, like I always say, I just want accurate
Oh my God, maybe they said a slur. Oh my God. Dude, imagine these people getting upset because they made a guy say a slur when they changed entire characters, like Miss Kobayashi from Dragon Maid or Lukoa from Dragon Maid. Like the insane shit. Like, oh my, let's just pull this shit up, bro. Look at what they did. So the translators at Crunchyroll changed what the characters in an anime said to fit a more modern woke agenda. I shit you not, they've been doing this for over 6-7 years.
What are you wearing that for?
Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves. So I changed clothes.
I can't even put into words how that comes even worse than I remember. I remember seeing that when it was live. They changed the entire character's dialogue into those pesky patriarchal society demands. Like, you can just smell the blue-haired lesbian oozing off of that. That's why I just fucking read the subtitles. And the worst thing is they're changing those two.
Translations. And I still stand by that here. That said, for the sake of entertainment, it's pretty hilarious seeing the complete inverse of what we normally see happening.
They can't stand the shit they've been doing to us for years is now finally being done back onto them.
Here, in the reactions to it. So let's take a look at what's going on.
They deserve it. Fuck them.
By the way, the tweet that Madam Savvy's responding to, the ones complaining about this stuff, got over 16,000 likes for context. The series in question is Hanbun Kyodai. Half is more. The description reading, being mixed race in Japan, like Kazumi, means facing daily trials of racism, microaggressions, and otherness. This is a journey of resilience.
I'm sorry, if you've ever used the word microaggressions in your life, if you've ever used this word unironically, you're just a loser, bro. You're a fucking loser. Holy crap.
Hope
Holy
the search
crap.
for coexistence. So how is the localization going for this one?
Well, here we go.
Let's take a look here. Apparently, this is a real example.
For my little brother and I, our moms is Japanese and our props is French and shit. So what you're saying is they're talking historically accurate, and now we have a problem with that? That's so interesting. Bro, this makes it better. I might now actually read this shit. I bet you when they like kill somebody and the cops come and say, well, shit, man, I didn't do nothing. Bro, this is so funny.
Apparently, for my little brother and I, our moms is Japanese and our pops is French and shit. Response reading, not to mention they're complaining about reading fan translations. You get what you pay for. And I say that as someone who also reads fan translations.
Yep.
Madam Savvy writing in response, Yes, LMAO. It's just funny because we've all been subjected to these retards throwing trans flags all over fan translation stuff. But the one time some chuds have some fun, they lose it. The OP who was complaining about this, though, here's what they say, adding to their initial complaint post. It's really upsetting me even more because they're saying that it's a proper translation of their Japanese accent. When, like, how Kawinka-Dinky, that other characters with accents and several other translation are just English. But, oh, this one is different? F off. Let's take a look at another example here from a panel. The caption, it's pretty funny, to be honest, and I wouldn't get mad at it, but at least they get to taste what localization is like for us when we have to put up with woke translators.
Of course.
So,
I also love how the person typing this is Burger King Junbi. And I also find it hilarious how Burger King has now become like the universal system, the universal symbol for being racist. Hey, flame broiled Whoppers for everybody.
Is like for us when we have to put up with woke translators.
Insane.
So it says, sorry, I'm such a country bumpkin. I was acting like we were back home. Most people could probably tell at a glance and shit, but for my little brother and I, there's that one again. Yeah. For my little brother and I, our mom's is Japanese and our pops is French, and in this society, dim MFs refer to us type of folks as half. Another example here. What was it again? There was one blackfish in a school of redfish, but the blackfish used his unique traits, and they all worked together to chase away the bad guy. And they lived happily ever after, something like that. When I was a little kid, I used to think that was a completely true and right story. Here's some more examples if you want to take...
Typing out was as WZ is so funny.
Take a look and pause. I'm getting tired of reading like that, though, so I'm not going to read this out loud anymore. But yeah, there's some more examples if you'd like to...
It's not like I ever had any trouble with my current name and shit. Yeah, we was Burger Kings and shit.
Take a look. And now the responses are also filled with people using the same rhetoric that EN localizers and their defenders have used for years when people criticize their corruption. Reads, for example, but I heard artistic liberty was good and Japanese language is so complicated to translate. Marshall Beaumont going even further with the satire and sarcasm on this one, writing, you see, Japanese is an incredibly complex and nuanced language. Ultimately, there's no way to truly translate it into English. Not to mention, we know how to understand Japanese better than the Japanese themselves.
Of course
Localization elevates base manga into true art. If you had media literacy, you'd understand that. So like I said, it's satirical, it's sarcastic, but this is the same rhetoric, like I just pointed out, that EN localizers and their defenders, their shills, often use. He actually pointed that out too, wrote, note, these are all things I've heard localization defenders say to normal people when manga and anime is made woke by localizers. And another take like this, the irony of reading an unofficial translation on an unofficial website without paying and then complaining. Earlier, we took a look at the OP adding on to their rant. We got another satirical response here. There's actually a lot of satirical responses. I'm just showing you a few, but let's take a look at this one real quick. Japanese is not one-to-one English, so accurate translations are not always possible, and so some degree of interpretation and creativity is needed to make the final result fit the culture of the new target audience. If you don't like it, learn Japanese yourself. Again, the sort of stuff that the EN localization defenders always say to people rightfully criticizing their corrupt works. And a few more comedic examples here. Ahem, it's just small changes that add personality. Why do you care? Just learn Japanese, chud. They just added flavor to the original boring text. I don't see what the problem is.
Bro, they hate the taste of their own medicine.
One-to-one translations are impossible. And localization is necessary to make dialogue feel natural. And then back to Madam Savvy once again. She responded to the OP writing, now if only your kind consistently called out this kind of thing. Like when you do it, that would be great. But oh well, point and laugh. This user having no good response, just trying to get offended at how Madam Savvy said, quote,
your kind. Oh, my, here we go. How quickly can I get offended by something you've said? Shut the fuck up, bro.
Kind.
Dumbass bitch.
When Savvy's clearly talking about how leftists subvert intellectual property. But of course, this person lacks the critical thinking and media literacy to understand the point. Anyways.
Yes, sir. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. Man, they really do hate the taste of their own medicine.